You went from the first date and just grabbing a quick bite with a sandwich to food being a real through line throughout your dating life and also like when you became a married couple. How did those melt together so easily?
She's always hungry, so it was easy to build something for her to eat. No, EatOkra came about as like, a need for me to further my development skills as a software engineer, coming out of the army and going to college. Being a full-time developer is about building something that I could use to get the next job. And Janique was like, we're both new to Brooklyn. Why don't you build an app that we can use and explore Brooklyn, together.
I moved to Brooklyn in 2016. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised. And when I came out here, I didn't really know anything about Brooklyn or about, the neighborhood. My furniture and appliances were on back order when I moved. So, from a practical standpoint, we kind of needed to venture out all the time to eat. And, I wanted to support Black-owned businesses. That was very important to me. Because I wanted to get a sense of the community, right? And I feel like, those businesses or Black-owned businesses really help you do that. And so, we were having this dilemma of like, how do we locate these businesses? Where are they? And it was not easy. And at the time, he was looking to build something, like he said, to level up his skills as a developer. And, I kind of just said to him, you should build an app that would make it easy for people to find Black-owned businesses.
You just said in passing that huge idea. And he was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
and it became.
Crazy like that. He's like, okay. And
yeah.
He was like, all right, that makes sense. And so he started, building it, built the first version in 2018?
Yeah, after we had, we said we were going to do it. It took about 7 months, doing some research, doing some, product research. I had read a couple books on, how to build an app as well, and slowly but surely just hacked my way through it. And now the app has gone through a few iterations, but essentially, it took about 7 months to get that initial minimal viable product out.
So you had the idea, you knew the need was there, but the tech industry is notorious for its gatekeeping. How did y'all actually break through?
The community, really. The need for the app, it's undeniable that it's needed. They're posting about EatOkra, they're telling their friends about EatOkra through word of mouth. They're writing us emails of, thank you that you have this app, that we're able to use it.
I know that the pandemic and the effect that it had on the restaurant industry really played a factor, as well as the whole social justice movements that took place during the spring of 2020 with the passing of George Floyd. And just how the conversation at that time kind of shifted to, okay, how do we rally behind the Black community? How do we support the Black community? And then also, how do we support Black-owned businesses? We had, I think, about 40,000 people download the app during that time since we started building it. And so, because of that conversation, a lot more people started tweeting about it and sharing it on Instagram and just all of these mediums, and it just caught on like wildfire. And before we knew it, we were up to 300,000 downloads.
The rest is history.
And
congratulations on all the success. I've been wondering, where does the name come from, EatOkra?
The okra seed was brought over from West Africa to the Americas during a transatlantic slave trade. And, my family is from South Carolina. Those are my roots. And Anthony's family is from Louisiana and Alabama. And so the name really for us was just a way for us to kind of, it was just a way for us to give a nod to our culinary heritage and our family and our roots and the role that food has played in our lives and how we connect with each other and connect with our communities.
So it seems like you've had so much success and the app is already booming. I wonder what areas you want it to grow into in the future.
Now we're in a position where we're like, okay, how can we expand on our advocacy and what can we do to help business owners outside of providing them with this, digital tool that would allow them to connect to potential customers. And so what we've been developing behind scenes is really this an e-learning platform with the intention of providing resources to restaurants, business development resources, courses, access to grants and loan opportunities that can help them, potentially grow and scale their businesses. So we're really in the beginning phases of that. We have a partner named Jason Wallace who's on our team now. He's a chef, restaurant consultant, CIA graduate. The resume is just ridiculous.
They always are.
He's more than qualified and knows a lot more about what it takes to actually run a business, because we built the app from the perspective of consumers, and people who appreciate these spaces, but not really understanding the ins and outs of the industry. And so, we were fortunate enough to partner with him, and that's what we're building with him. And so that's awesome.
Yeah. Additionally, we're working on bringing commerce through the app. So we want people to, order your favorite, barbecue dish or soul food dish or, jollof rice, We're also working on our marketplace as well. So we have a few things cooking, where we want to, further enhance that experience on the platform.